On the news tonight, federal government denies diplomatic row with Ghana. Governor Abiodun appoints transition committees for 20 open local governments. Islamic clerics admonish Nigerians to pray for peaceful coexistence in Nigeria. Good evening and thank you for joining us on Channel 12 News tonight. My name is Sahila Balogun, wishing you a happy new year. And now the news. We start from diplomatic circle as the federal government says there is no imminent diplomatic row between Nigeria and Ghana, has been speculated of the media. Lydia Ochi has details.
In a statement, spokesperson, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ferdinand Nyeri, explained that the speculation frustrated by the social media about a property which Nigerian officials use for diplomatic mission, alleged to have violated Ghana's law, saying is absolutely untrue. The ministry further clarifies that the property has been used by Nigeria's government since 1957 and that the federal government is renewing the lease agreement.
On aviation sector, the Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, says the earliest speculated deadline for the completion of the rehabilitation works at the Akano Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, is visible given the level of work done so far. He was speaking while on an inspection tour of the airport. Chinyere Mwe reports.
Inspecting the level of work done at the runway of the airport in company of some officials of the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria, FAN, Enugu State Governor, and some members of the State Executive Council and National Assembly, the minister expressed satisfaction with the level of work done so far. He acknowledged the support of the Enugu State government and the National Assembly towards the project and appealed to users of the airport to be patient as the closure is in the overall interest of the public.
And we're satisfied that the contractor is capable and competent enough to deliver this procurement. By our program of work, we will be delivering this runway, God willing, before Easter.
Enugu State Governor, represented by his deputy as well as the chairman, House Committee on Aviation, promised continued collaboration and proper oversighting of the work to ensure efficiency.
The state will do all we need to do to make this thing work because we know it's important.
I also believe that the time before Easter should also be achieved, not just about the Enugu, but it's about the southeast and environs.
The rehabilitation work, according to the minister, goes beyond the extension of the runway to include airfield lighting to allow for day and night operations. The minister also noted that in addition, President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to fund the new international terminal building in Enugu, Chinyere, Nta.
And now to security matters. The Air Task Force, ATF, of Operation Lafayette Dole has destroyed a Boko Haram terrorist BHTS logistics facility at Gujeri in the Sambisa forest area of Borno State. Lydia Ochi again reports.
For Public Relations and Information, Komodo Ibikulidemala, indicates that this was achieved in nighttime airstrikes executed on 13th December 2019 pursuant to a series of intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions. The missions identified some makeshift structures under some trees in the settlement that were being used by terrorists to store fuel and other items for the maintenance of the vehicles. Accordingly, the ATF dispatched its combat helicopters to attack the location, recording devastating hits in the target area, resulting in the destruction of the storage facilities as well as other structures in the camp. The statement also adds that Nigerian Air Force, operating in concert with surface forces, will sustain its efforts to completely destroy all remnants of the terrorists in the northeast.
Still on security, 2019 had been a checkered year for the Nigerian police force, recording success in the fight against crime and criminality and also grappling with some challenges. Francis Vaughan reviewed the Nigerian police force in 2019.
Nigeria Police Force started the year with Ibrahim Potun Idris as the IGP, but barely a fortnight into the year, Mohammed Adamu took over on the 16th of January 2019. It was a time Nigeria was not only preparing for general election, but also grappling with the internal security challenges of threats of kidnapping, armed robbery, banditry, and communal violence across many parts of the country. Operation Puff Adder was launched in April as an operational intervention blueprint to stabilize the internal security space.
Abuja-Kaduna Expressway was completely unpassable when we came. Today, that road has become a very safe corridor.
Puff Adder, after 8 months, had arrested about 6,531 high-profile suspects, 1,627 armed robbery suspects, 1,621 suspected cultists, 1,527 kidnapped suspects, and 758 murder suspects.
We did not only demystify them, we successfully reclaimed the public space from them and denied them the liberty to attack citizens at will, without fear of a superior response from gallant operatives of the Nigeria police.
We might not have gotten to the promised land, but the good news is that we are out of the wilderness and we are very close to the promised land.
2019 also see the re-established of the Ministry of Police Affairs by the federal government to, among other things, initiate, formulate, and implement policies and programs relating to policing and internal security.
The ministry under my watch will work tirelessly to ensure that we get the funding the police needs, and we will also inject new ideas into policing of their nation.
Welfare of officers and men of the police also took center stage, with the Inspector General of Police addressing abuses associated with promotion, making merit to be the only criteria.
Officers are now motivated more than ever before to perform their duties, assured that they shall be rewarded within the dictates of our traditional policing standards.
Training and retraining of policemen and women to enhance their knowledge and improve performance with a view to attaining policing in the 21st century was prioritized in the year under review. Barely few weeks to the end of the year, President Muhammadu Buhari inaugurated new sets of policing and National Command and Control Headquarters and the Police Crime and Incident Database Center. The Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, at the end of the year conference with strategic police officers, stresses that improving the overall efficiency of the police through capacity building in policing technology, intelligence, investigation, prosecution, as well as crime prevention will top the agenda of the force in 2020. In Abuja, Francis Vaughan.
Now to politics. Ogun State Governor Prince Nta Abeokuta has appointed transition committees for the 20 local government areas of the state. Elected chairman completed in October 2019. The transition committees will be in place until the Ogun State Electoral Commission, OGSEC, conducts election into various vacant positions at the local government level. In a statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the State Governor, Mr. Kunle Shomori, the new caretaker committee members were chosen in furtherance of the government philosophy of inclusive and participatory governance. Each of the committee comprises of a chairman, a vice chairman, secretary to the local government, and 2 members. Still on Ogun politics, the African Development Bank is set to collaborate with the government of Ogun State in establishment of agro-processing zone in the state, which will be one of the biggest in sub-Saharan Africa. The agreement was reached during the visit of the President of the African Development Bank, Dr. Nta Abeokuta, to the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Nta Abeokuta. Lukman Adeversus is presented in this package.
The plan by the Ogun State government to ensure that the state is self-sustaining in food security and attain the position of food basket of the nation has received yet another boost. With the visit of the President, African Development Bank, Dr. Nta Abeokuta, to Governor Nta Abeokuta, African Development Bank is collaborating with the state government to take the state to the next level, especially in the area of establishment of agro-processing zone, which will be one of the biggest in the sub-Saharan Africa. And they think that when established, it will develop the rural areas.
The African Development Bank, one of our 5 priorities is to feed Africa. Of course, to feed Africa means that we must make agriculture a business for creating wealth and also jobs and to reviving rural economic activities. So the government has set a very clear strategy on that, and I assure the governor of my full support and that of the bank.
Governor Nta appreciated the president of AFDP says his commitment to lift people out of poverty in the state has been yielding the desired results.
We decided that we must do everything to turn our agri-homes into productive agri-homes, because we see the lines of that the easiest way to tackle food being employed is through agriculture.
To improve the quality of life of the people, the government added that education, agriculture, environmental sanitation, water supply, among others, will continue to receive priority attention.
In the meantime, Nigerians have been told to continue to pray for the unity and peaceful coexistence among the citizens, as well as for the success of government at all levels. Islamic clerics gave this word of admonition while admonishing faithful during the first Jummah service in 2020. Akim Jimoh's report is here presented.
And peaceful coexistence among Nigerians are not negotiable. Therefore, there is the need for the people to support government at all levels for success of the country and the socio-economic development of Nigeria. To this end, clerics enjoin faithful at the 4th Jummah service of the year and Nigerians at large to continue to pray for the success of the present administration at various levels and give them total support to take the country to greater heights.
Our leaders must remember 2019 was election year. We promised heaven and earth. 2020 should be a year of implementation. Are they ready to ensure that their words they are bound? Are they ready to ensure that they do not just give electoral promises without fulfilling them?
You need to pray for yourself. You need to pray for our government. God, please assist them. Manage everything for them because you are the manager of all affairs. As part of their messages to the people, especially Muslims, there is a need for them to get closer to their Maker this 2020, irrespective of their challenges.
So I think we are grateful for the first thing for us is to worship God, to serve the people, and then to prepare for our debts. We come back to Almighty Allah, that's all.
Clerics and some faithful, the future of the country is bright, calling on the people to hold their religious belief esteemed.
Meanwhile, New Year resolutions are set targets to be achieved by individuals, groups, associations, and government as the world is ushering into a brand new year. People are beginning to make New Year resolutions as well as set target for the year. Akim Jimoh in this report takes a look at what Islam says about New Year resolutions. His report is here presented.
New Year resolutions is an act whereby people resolve to shun bad practices and turn a new leaf. Some people also resolve to renew commitment to God and need to serve Him better in the new year. It is the beginning of 2020 and some people are beginning to set targets on what they intend to achieve in the year. What does Islam says about New Year resolutions and predictions for the year 2020? This faithful speaks.
Puts the principle of sustenance of humanity at the back of your mind in whatever resolution you are making. There is nothing unusual about resolution. What matters most is that your proposal should be actualized. It's not just by the words of mouth. You do it with the fear of God to be doing
whatever is compulsory according to the religion, according to Almighty God, according to our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I cannot say I have no year resolution, but all I know is that I keep making plans and I keep following my plans. So it's a relative question and it depends on the individual.
For some colleagues, inasmuch as Muslims are expected to set targets for the year, it is expected that they review their activities periodically, but not necessarily on an annual basis.
What is your plan for the new year? What do you have for God? What do you have for yourself? What do you have for your community? You cannot live in isolation. You cannot say that you are praying for yourself. What about your time? As human beings, whether you are a Muslim, whether you are a Christian, the first thing is we need to sit down, let us look inward and see how we work vis-a-vis our relationship with God Almighty.
However, some other clients are indifferent to New Year resolutions, saying God alone could determine the future.
Only God can predict, because nobody knows tomorrow. Even the predictor can even be the subject to this. So I don't believe in it. Those who have been saying it, they are sort of forecasting. It may become non-reality, may become a reality. I don't have the power to predict, because none of us knows what will happen in the next 2 or 1 to 3.
It is therefore expected that believers will dedicate themselves to the service of the Almighty and humanity in 2020. The respondents unanimously appealed to government at all levels to deliver on their campaign promises to the people.
Now we go to the political terrain in Nigeria. The need to enhance Nigeria's electoral system in order to deepen democratic parties and build a great Nigeria has again been reiterated. Guests on NTA's program Good Morning Nigeria made the statement while analyzing Nigeria's political outlook in 2020. Najatu Adams reports.
Coming from the 2019 review on how political activities in the year gone could impact the new year, guests on Good Morning Nigeria look at the prospects for 2020.
Our constitution, has given us a very good background, for us to think about ideology. An ideology that is going to give citizens food on the table, an ideology is going to provide employment, ideology that is going to reduce the concentration of wealth, in few hands, an ideology that is going to make this country great, through distribution. So I think that if we use that section, that chapter of the Constitution, and we make it justiciable, we are going to be moving forward.
The advice on the need to reflect to the promised land, calling for more voter education and sensitization.
One, we must quickly do a reform on our electoral laws. We must help INEC to perform by ensuring that we break down INEC into 3 spaces, which is the electoral umpire, the electoral monitoring team itself, which will conduct elections, and we talk about the enforcement area for INEC. Then we talk about the delineation, which I was always suggesting that we deal with it with National Population Commission and Bureau of Statistics.
I will be in support of reforms as far as the electoral body is concerned, but let it be one that Nigerians are going to key into, even knowing what the reforms are standing for, okay? Because we can't clamor for what even the citizens don't even understand. So let the citizens be well informed first, so they know that exactly the reform is going to be to their advantage and to the advantage of the generality of Nigerians.
We need to use national orientation to begin to whip up patriotism. If we can whip up enough patriotism from now, even anybody you now give the position to as an ad hoc staff would be patriotic at the polling unit to ensure that they're not swayed one way or the other, and they keep the peace.
The guest commended President Muhammad Buhari's New Year's speech, especially where he identified Nigeria's challenges and the way forward in Abuja. Morijana to Adam Said, NTA News.
Channel 12 News continues after this time out. Stay with us.
Thank you
On behalf of the General Manager and management of Nta Abeokuta, We I say a big thank you to our numerous customers for doing business with us. Appreciation. Welcome back. The national chairman of the APC, Adams Oshiomhole, has described the New Year message by President Muhammadu Buhari to Nigerians as not only significant but reassuring that the nation's upward trajectory for sustainable future is no fluke. Mr. Oshiomhole stated this after leading some members of the National Working Committee of the party to an audience with the president. Today's correspondent Damu Sambo has the report.
The audience with the national leadership of the governing APC was the first formal engagement by President Muhammadu Buhari in the year 2020. The APC chieftains were in the State House to show appreciation to the Nigerian leader for ushering the nation into the new year and new decade with renewed hope for a better Nigeria, as contained in his first formal letter to his countrymen.
The responsibility of every leadership is to inspire hope, explaining periodically what he is doing, what he's going to do differently, and what he hopes to accomplish within a given time. And the president has said, even as I'm not going to contest again, I owe this country obligation to clean up the electoral process based on observed gaps and weaknesses here and there, so that I'll be leaving behind a legacy of free, fair, and credible elections. So we came essentially to assure the president that most well-meaning Nigerians are with him. They appreciate the hope, and the challenge now is to work hard to ensure that all of those promises that he has made, he will deliver in 2020, that we keep our word, because our word must be our bond with the people of Nigeria in our shared commitment to take Nigeria to the next level. All members of APC, rank and file and leadership level, must find time to reflect and contribute ideas on how to ensure that by this time, 2021, we'll be able to look back and say, President said, I will deliver on X, Y, Z. At the end of the day, he did. And then we have a message for 2021.
The APC national chairman used the opportunity to commend President Buhari for his courage to put Nigeria first before any other sentiment in the execution of his mandate.
Consistently under this president, people are now used to going for Christmas without having to worry whether or not there is petroleum products in the market. I also think that we ought to celebrate the fact that we are able to celebrate Christmas and New Year, and people have rice everywhere that were not imported from other countries. Nigerian-made rice.
Mr. Oshiomhole, who presented a season's greeting card to the president, reassured the nation that in the year 2020, the governing APC will not only be stronger, but more coherent and peaceful. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, Nta.
The federal government's anti-corruption crusade is steadily gaining momentum as a number of high-profile convictions have been recorded. This was contained in a brief by the Information and Culture Minister, Lai Mohammed. Anthony Forsen reports.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, the Information and Culture Minister, Lai Mohammed, said it secured 890 convictions, standing as the highest anywhere in the world. This is against 2015 103 convictions, 2016 189 convictions, 2017 190 convictions, and 2018 202.
The high rate of convictions in 2019 is in addition to to the billions of naira in looted funds that have been recovered by the EFCC.
On its part, the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission (ICPC) has launched a novel project of tracking the huge resources allocated to constituency projects over the years, starting with the education and health sectors. A move the minister stressed has forced contractors back to project sites they had abandoned. While the Wahala Day app, a one-stop shop for daily information from ICPC and for Nigerians to report acts of corruption, has also been launched by the commission.
This is not the first time Nigeria is fighting the cankerworm of corruption, but it's the first time that the fight is being backed and sustained by a strong political will, with a president renowned for his honor, dignity, and incorruptibility.